Hey there, welcome back to the table. My apologies for the long absence. I ended up getting a really bad sinus cold and really couldn't hold a conversation without coughing for well over a week. And it was just not the kind of cold that you could do a recording um, at the same time. So I just basically had to take a break. But I did play this game and I have actually completely beaten it now. And we made a lot of mistakes in this playthrough now that I look back. But so I've been contemplating, like, do I start over? I'm only at level 4. I know it's what? Here we can actually check. I've been recording for 26 hours. This playthrough has been 26 hours long. um so the game goes to level 12. Um the the full completion of the game was around 85 hours for me. So it's a very long game. So, um, what did we do wrong? Well, obviously there's some style points. Um, for example, that very first dungeon we went into, there was some ways we could have handled that better. There might have been some better interactions we could have made, and I'm talking like perfectionist stuff. Here in the Emerald Grove, but we did save the Emerald Grove. The one mistake we made that was really blatant is we never caught Kaga um, with the bad druids. There was a meeting place down here that we were supposed to go back and do, and we ended up saving Halson here first. And I think that was the last comment I made before I stopped. Also, you'll probably notice. Remember, I was trying to do this and kept getting party wiped and stuff like that. This part here where you go confront the Githyanki, that's something we should do dead last. So, for where we're at, we just got Scratch the dog to possibly join us. I think we got the owlbear to join us. Actually, let's find out. They're all declaring war on us. Maybe this was a bad idea.
Oh, my guts hurt.
I also understand what the Dark Urge is. It's a really cool story. Alright, whose turn is it?
What now?
Yeah.
Try me.
Wasn't very helpful, was it? I tend to just go back and load. That is always satisfying. Yeah, there's a lot more than just a few. I'm gonna just go ahead and. So it looks like we did save the owlbear. At least I think we did. The owlbear is like really important because the very end game, the final battle, the owlbear is there. So, um, there are certain things that you do that can help you in the long run. Saving the owlbear was one. How we handled the emerald, you know, grove is another. And I'm pretty sure we handled that one correctly. But based on my playthrough, though, I just so I'm okay with these 4 characters, although I do not like Astarion. I just don't like his personality. I know I've mentioned that before. Gale is more our playstyle type. So the thing is him being a elf. An elf is best suited for what we're, trying to use him for, whereas Gale's not. And really, the fact that I'm playing as a sorcerer is I'm basically replacing Gale. So if I were to start over, I would create a ranger for me. And then Gale would be my sorcerer, my storm sorcerer. And then we'd use Lysel and Shadowheart. Although Will is a blast to play with. That Warlock class is actually a lot of fun. So here's where I want to go.
Can't give up now.
I have no idea if I made the right choices with spells, but when we level up, we can fix that. The Storm Sorcery thing I'm okay with. Doing the Dark Urge is fine. Definitely adds a challenge to the game, that's for sure. Where was I going with this? Oh, the choice of race. Doing the dragon thing was not that exciting. So I'm resistant lightning damage, so what? Okay, that's the one I wanted to make sure I took. Okay, so I went after the necromancy book. That's fine. Yep, and then I can fly afterwards. I gotta remember to do that. Okay. So, here's the thing.
Assume nothing.
There are some awesome Githyanki weapons that we're going to get in this game. And being a ranger is not going to be conductive. So we're going to change
I will be heard.
Lysel.
Fate, dost thou require an as?
And we're going to make her paladin or a fighter. We can do both. They're both good. The fighter will have an extra attack. They'll attack 3 times, whereas the paladin will only attack 2. But I like the paladin for other reasons. Now I could mix it up and try one of these, because I played as Oath of the Ancients. But to be honest, that Healing Radiance is really nice. Okay, we'll make her a paladin. Don't need more than even 14 charisma is too much. Wisdom is good for their perception. 17 strength for sure. The constitution is what she needs. 12 dexterity is a bit of a waste. Because if she's going to be wearing plate mail, she doesn't get any dexterity bonus. So I'm going to go ahead and put her to 15. And if we wanted to, we could actually put her wisdom down and do that. I actually like that. She's got athletics, insight, persuasion is not needed because she's not going to be our main character. So we'll give her, none of these are any good. We'll give her medicine at least. Alright, so what's done is done. And yeah, so she's still wearing a two-handed sword. That's great. Like I said, the swords, two-handed swords, are going to be her best thing ever. So right now she's wearing equipment that's not as tough, but we'll get more. We'll find more. Alright, so let's level her up. Okay, great weapon fighting. Basically, when you roll 1 or a 2, it's re-rolled. So basically, a critical fail, or just almost a critical fail, you'll re-roll, which gives you a better chance of hitting. To be honest, I actually like the +1 armor class, because not getting hit is a little better than re-rolling on a, what is that, 1 out of 10 chance. I mean, it's 10%. This is all the time. I know that's just a 1 for the enemy, but, you know, they have to roll 1 higher, and when you get better and better armor, better and better things, that could make the difference between you going down. It's really difficult. This is more of an attack stance, and I think our paladin's going to be the one soaking up the damage. So I'm going to go ahead and go defense. would be a sword and shield kind of thing. And basically, you're gonna just use a one-handed weapon. You'll get 2 extra damage, which is really nice. And then, of course, this one, if you have a shield, you can impose disadvantage. I'm not a big fan of that one. Okay. Bless is really good. A lot better than I was... Like, I wasn't using it much. But we should use it more. All these different smites are okay. The Divine Smite's the only one you really need. Sometimes you run into things that are immune to Divine. So it's like, okay, should I take the fire? Should I take the psychic? It's hard to know. It is possible you get to a point where you have too much divine magic. But with us being a sorcerer, I'm not as worried about them. So I guess I'll go ahead and take that one, even though I don't care for it. Alright, keeping the train rolling. She's now immune to disease. She can turn the Faithless, Nature's Wrath. I rarely use these. She gains some more spells. She got a jump spell that only lasts for 10 turns. So you gotta pick when to use that. Then she got some oath stuff, which lets her talk to animals. And level her up. So there's a couple of things. First one, we would like to get her strength to 20. She's going to level up 3 times, or she's going to be able to take 3 feats. The next one though is Great Weapon Master. If she's holding onto a great weapon, she's going to do 10 extra damage. That one's really good. And then the third one is if she's heavy armor, her strength increases by 1. That's important. And then she can basically, wearing heavy armor will not impose disadvantage on her attack rolls or prevent her from casting spells. No. Heavy armor master is the one I'm talking about. Strength increases by 1. Incoming damage from non-magical attacks decreases by 3, which is really good. I mean, at some point you're going to start taking 20 damage, but reducing it by 3 is still very, very, very good. So that's also important, and it makes your strength go up by 1, which then gets +1 to your attack roll, because that'll put us to 18. So add another +1 to our attack roll. So right now we're getting a +3. We'll have a +4 at 18. And we also get a +1 to our damage. So it's a really difficult choice at this level, because this one lets you take +10 damage. Whereas, so this one will reduce damage that we take and still give us +1 damage and +1 to our attack. So I'm going to go ahead and... the 10 damage is so good. It does give you a -5 to your attack roll, which makes it harder to hit, but you can toggle it. This is just, it's a must-have for extra damage. Alright, for now, I think I want to get the strength +1, because this will give us benefits all around. So we'll go ahead and do that. She's currently not wearing them, so it's not even benefiting her at the moment, but it will. She'll get there. Okay, so we got her situated. She can talk to animals.
Watch your back.
We made him a bard.
Let's be quick.
I played as a bard. The bard actually is quite good, all the way to the end. The best way to play as a bard, by the way, is to take hand bows because he can dual wield hand bows, and then just make him an archery master. I actually ended up not casting very many spells with him.
Fate, dost thou require a new...
But what we're gonna do with him is we'll make him the ranger that we just were. And then we can make him a ranger knight, which lets him wear heavy armor. And make him resistant to fire. And 17 dexterity. 14 wisdom. Constitution. Don't care about his charisma. So we can... Yeah, more constitution's always good. So he's got his, you know, basic stuff. I think we're okay with all that. Alright, so now he's a ranger. So we're gonna go ahead and give him some healing spell and Hunter's Mark. And archery. Then I want to talk about this a little bit. So the Hunter class is best used for a melee ranger. I know it shows a bow and arrows, which does still work, but the bonuses you get with this are better suited for a melee style ranger. I mean, yeah, you could do bow and arrows still, but it's not what it's meant to be. Like, the bonuses better help somebody who's up front doing damage. The Gloomstalker is actually quite good. If you end up going first, and then you basically get a +3 bonus to your initiative, which then, if you go before an enemy, you can shoot them. It's basically a free attack. It's really, really good. You also get superior dark vision, so if you're like a human, it'll help you to see in the dark, which is really nice. And then this Umbral Shell makes you basically super invisible. And here you can stick to the dark, avoid enemy sight lines. And then of course, it's a lot like a rogue. This particular one here. For a bonus action, you can hide. Same way as a rogue. And then of course you can disguise yourself. It's really, there's no complaints with this particular class. In fact, I played a game almost to the point where we're at with this playthrough with all 3 rangers. I basically made a party of rangers. I had a hunter, a gloomstalker, and 2 beastmasters. So just because I wanted to try them out, and this is actually turning into one of my favorite classes in the game. I really like all 3. All 3 of them are fantastic. I would say the hunter's probably the weakest of the 3 if I had to rank them, and then these 2 would just depend on what you're trying to do. So what we're trying to do is we're going to go Beastmaster, largely because I just want the extra help with the battles, and then also as the beasts level up, they can actually start reviving people and doing things like that, which is really cool. Alright, the other thing that's nice is to be able to get an enhanced leap, or this is extra movement speed. Both of those are very good. This is a pretty decent level 1 spell, but I'm almost always going to be shooting my bow instead of doing this. Good berries, you know, you eat one, they give you 1 to 4 health back. It costs a bonus action to do, so you can, you know, shoot and then heal, but there's usually 100 other things you want to do with your bonus actions, so I'm not as big of a fan. Then this one, I think, can be useful if someone's charging you, but I usually don't worry about it. So I'm going to go with the Long Strider, so he can get extra movement. Yeah, we're going to do Beastmaster. Hit his feet, and then we're going to do... So, then we're going to do our Sharpshooter. So, interruptions. So we get that, and basically he's built the same way Lysel was when we quit, and I just basically switched switch their roles. The one thing that I think is very thematic, since, you know, he's Mr. Vampire, he gets to summon this fighter. I mean, come on. Those two go together like peanut butter and jelly. Alright,
Assume
so we got Lizel, we made her a paladin. Like I said, we could have made her a fighter. Fighters also get an extra feat. I think at level 6 or level 10, I always confuse it. The thief gets an extra one too. We're not going to redo ourselves, but we are going to redo Shadowheart.
Let's try
They
this
made
way.
her a life cleric. Actually, right now she's a paladin, isn't she? Yeah.
Fate, dost thou require an as?
We're going to make her a cleric again. But this time, we're going to make her Tempest. So she gets storm abilities just like we do. So we're going to go with the storm theme for this whole playthrough. And this is quite an awesome one to get. This is a very useful spell in a very particular spot in the game. Oh, 17 wisdom. Extra constitution. Dexterity doesn't do anything when you're wearing heavy armor. The strength does, though. When you're wearing hammers and stuff, they're strength-based weapons. They're not going to be dexterity-based. She doesn't really need charisma either. There we go. So we get the extra constitution. History and medicine. Good. Okay. So now we're going to prepare some spells here. She can have bless as well. And then the water one. I know it doesn't always work out, you know, because we want her to cast the water and then we cast the lightning, and it doesn't always work out. But the other thing I also learned is that cure wounds and healing, like healing word is slightly less effective, but it's so much more powerful because it's a ranged heal. Alright, we'll keep them both on her. So here you can see we get Shatter and Gust of Wind. So what I don't know is, like, why didn't I take Shatter with my mage or with my sorcerer? Maybe I did and I just need to go find it. Both of these are storm spells, and it's getting more and more awesome. So we're gonna go in here and bring that. Really like the spiritual weapon. I also really like aid, so I'm gonna get rid of cure wounds and put aid in. We got the prayer of healing. I would like to get this one in as well, but we're full. It'll work. So now we're level 4. We gain another cantrip. Doesn't matter, I don't like any of these. We got another spell slot. So now I can take that. Right, and then for the feet. Now, this is interesting. We could go after the abilities and get the wisdom, the strength, you know, things like that up. Or we can do the same thing and make Elemental Adept Lightning. So they ignore resistance to lightning or resistance to thunder. These are really good for what we're trying to do. She's quite awesome. She can also wear heavy armor, so she can... Well, this should already be checked. She has heavy armor proficiency. And here, again, her strength would go up by 1. So it's a great thing to do. And let's see, we need at least then we can take this to reduce resistance against her spells. The problem is I don't know which one's better, thunder or lightning. And I know we took lightning with our guy, so I think I'm going to take thunder with hers. And here's where I'm going with this. So right now you got shatter, which is thunder damage. Oh, see, look at that. Oh, I think that says ignores resistance because I just took the thing, which is good. And then this one also is another thunder spell. But we're eventually going to get spells like Ice Storm. And it's a storm, so it's going to cause, it's actually considered storm damage. But the cool thing is the Ice Storm, our lightning bolt does double damage if it hits anybody who's wet or iced. And so this is where they're going to combo each other. And I've even seen, toyed with the idea of like multi-classing. So taking the Dark Urge and then just take a couple levels of Cleric so you get this ability. The other thing that you may have missed because I flew by it too quick is she has where is it? The Wrath. So basically, if somebody attacks her, she gets to do lightning or thunder damage back every time as a reaction. Well, it's a once per round. You only react once per round. And then she has this one, Destructive Wrath. When you roll thunder or lightning damage, you can use your channel divinity. It just deals max damage, so you don't actually roll the dice. You just automatically do max damage. And this is once per round again. So basically, when you cast that spell, you're gonna max out, you're gonna do maximum damage. How awesome is that? Now, and then what I also did was I removed the resistance. So, because max damage is different than resistance, right? So, at least I think it is. Maybe I wasted my... I'd have to look that up. So anyways, there's our combo platter. So where are we gonna go? We're gonna go... Lighted Village. Which wasn't very far from where Zaid was.
All's well that ends. Well,
I
not as
used
bad
up
as
the
it
horn,
could
I
have.
used up the... I have the beholder thing. I have not used up the horn yet.
Keep a blade close.
Eager for battle.
Let's get going.
Am I just not seeing it? But there it is. So I do have lunch more horn still. Okay.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Right, so we're gonna go out here and go this way. This is the direction we would have gone if we needed to catch Kaga in the swamps. And then you'll also see there's a hidden goblin stash here. I think you could find it without them revealing the stash. So where this perception check just happened?
Something over there.
So there's the goblin. And here, if you dash, you can jump without using a bonus action. Pretty cool.
Enough!
Lads, for the love of all that is holy, I've never clapped eyes on your poor sister.
Drop the act, hag. You was the last to see me, Rena.
Just let her go. Please.
Thank goodness you're here, sweetie. I don't know what's come over
Yeah, what's
these
come over
boys.
these boys?
Stop this. We won't ask again.
Careful! Don't trust a word out of her mouth. Our sister went to the hag, and we ain't seen her since.
Hand over heart, I don't know their sister. I will gladly help you all look for her, though.
Enough. Where is she?
Bollocks! You were supposed to rush to my defense, love. Fat lot of good you are. Some advice? You ever darken my door, you'd best have that head bowed and an apology at the ready. Bye-bye now.
Bloody hells. She just disappeared. Ain't seen nothing like that before.
She could shoot fireworks out of her backside for all I care. The hag has Rena!
It's our sister, Mayrina. She's... well... she was in a bad way after her husband died.
Started saying weird things, like how she was gonna bring him back.
Next thing, she's gone looking for the hag. Of all the stupid things to do. And we haven't seen her since. And no good ever came from dealing with a hag.
None of this matters, all right? We need to get her back, and fast!
This is true.
I don't remember bloody asking you.
Hold on, Joel. Let him talk. What would you suggest?
Are you joking? I ain't got a clue who you are. No way I'm leaving Rena to you.
But, Joel...
Not a chance. We're getting her back on our own. Now, come on.
Alright. They wouldn't listen, but we are following them. We're going the same direction. And so... we're stepping on the traps.
A chill runs up your spine. You feel like you're being watched.
Got 3 inspiration. I'm gonna try again. There we go. Check this out. The whole freaking swamp is... the whole freaking area is an illusion.
You blink and the wilderness changes. A swamp, stinking and insidious, assaults your senses.
Alright, so they came in and they made some traps go off.
Trust no one.
I can do that with him. But these are good. That spike growth is good. Oh, he's level 5. That's excellent. I think I may have made a mistake and forgot to take a note. Take a breather, Debbie's. Have a bite of meat. Where's the daggers? Right, there's the trap. Alright, so he does have sleight of hand proficiency. You can always get guidance from the cleric. So even as a ranger, you can pick some traps. Alright, so there's a couple of, like, side areas you can go to. You have to be really careful because those traps really are everywhere. And
On my way.
the morons like to step on them. Oh, somebody just stepped on it. Our spider did.
protect you.
Okay, so some unfortunate souls camping here.
Someone wasn't as fortunate in their choice of campsite as us.
Whatever attacked them, you have to admire its gusto. What's that?
So, some nice supplies. One thing I did learn is when you play on the hard mode, you consume 80 camp supplies every time you rest. At 40 camp supplies, I don't see myself running out of supplies anytime soon. There's some funny stuff that happens here. We're very close to leveling up. In fact, I'm going to get at 5. Save this. Because this next part's a little tricky.
I'll just help myself.
See these guys walking around, they're red caps. They serve the hag. This path does take us to her tent, and so does this path. Like, either one works. The thing is if we don't kill the red caps here, when we get to her hut, the red caps come and support her. So no matter what, we're facing red caps. I'd rather face them here without her helping them. So see all these traps in the water. Gotta be really careful. Spiders just. Here's the funny part.
Looking ahead. Seems like a good moment to talk.
Diminutive creature sporting a red hat. That noise. Is the creature pretending to be a sheep?
You know, the illusion was that this was a rolling meadow, and they look like sheep in the illusion. So he's pretending to be a sheep. You can say back.
You seize me? Nosy, scum-sucking, lice-ridden little ball bag! Get out! Or I bite tongue, eat tongue. Oh, delicious tongue. Ha! I bleed you.
Yeah, you want to pick a fight. These guys are jerks. That's interesting. The animals just got upgraded at level 5.
There's blood in the air.
Alright, so what we're gonna do. Mark
It's
it.
blood.
Works. Look at that, we get a second attack. Level 5.
Come on. Can't stay idle.
Oh, here's the nice thing. Chucking grass, if it hits them, you can walk away from them. And they don't have opportunity attack. Basically removes their opportunity attack, which is really nice. And there's gonna be more. Killed them here.
Focus, strike true.
See? They're saying that she's not proficient in heavy armor. They weren't letting me cast any of these spells. camp. Here we go. Good, that's 16 damage.
This is your end.
Ups going on. Move her forward. I could have just checked her spell slots. I didn't need to do what I did. Seemed like I never played this before. Alright, so then we can replay.
More
Let's move.
Try to get this guy. We actually do more damage if we hit this guy. Then
Time to push my luck again. With haste.
sorcerer. Only one left. He is standing in water. Why am I... Oh, come on. See? She has 3 spells. Look at all of her spells are available now. They're saying, look, her spells. Oh, that's right. So when she wears heavy armor, she can't cast spells. I just wasted another round. I'm sorry. Yeah, we gotta do that. That's what the heavy armor master does. It lets you cast spells while wearing heavy armor.
The dance macabre.
These guys were always a lot tougher than I remember.
More skirt.
Like, I was trying to think. I always remember them being more tough than
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
Yeah. She's wearing no armor. Or no. That was Lizelle, I'm sorry.
I will ascend.
Shall we cut and run?
Is bright.
Okay, that was a lot more painful than it needed to be.
Oh, enough waiting. I crave blood.
Alright, we gotta fix the armor situation. If she wears heavy armor, she can't cast spells either. Even though she also has heavy armor proficiency. That's the issue. We definitely need our cleric to cast spells. So, we're gonna give the medium armor to the cleric. And we'll move the heavy armor over to Lizelle. For now, Lizelle can't wear it. This is light armor. He's a ranger, he can wear medium. stealth checks. Yeah, this doesn't do him any good anymore. This is that's a light armor. 12, 12. Neither of those are better than the other. Oh, hold on. She's a paladin. She can wear heavy armor like that. He's the one. He's heavy armor proficient because we took that with the ranger, but he can only wear medium. That's the issue. Or otherwise, he can't cast spells. His spells aren't that fantastic in the first place, but... Alright. I am finally caught up. It's really painful to not play a game for a couple of weeks and try to figure out where you are here. That's a good talisman. Him. Yeah, we have a lot of items we aren't using here.
Objective noted.
So, he's got this speed spell.
Vita excavata!
Seems to only benefit him. Interesting.
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
See, the thing with the aid spell is as you go up in levels, you can upgrade it. And you can get 5 hit points. It gives 5 hit points to everyone. Then eventually it becomes 10, 15, 20. So it's a really good spell, and it sort of grows with you as you grow. Let's level up. Destroy undead's always good. Now we got all these level 3 spells available. Lots of good options here. We're going to get rid of that. This one is for sure a must-have. This is nice later. Don't need it yet. This is decent. It revives people who died. Not just to KO people, but people who died. This one's a really important one. I just told you I really want this, but we're gonna put that in. Okay. Alright, so we just leveled up. See, there's a storm spell. There's another one right there. We definitely want lightning bolt. See, I'm still coughing. I'm sorry, folks. Okay, so this is a physical damage. This is fire damage. We can't go all in on lightning because there really are lightning immune people out there. This is force damage. Yeah, we're going to get rid of the mage armor. And we're going to replace it with... we absolutely want shatter. Priest has it as well. It's a very good one.
Eager for battle.
So she gets her extra attack. See, she gets the spell. The one that we were looking for. That's why the paladin's nice. Because they can complement the... oh, there we go. We can get the aid. But we may want branding smite. I don't need everybody to have aid. But I don't need shield of faith though. For now, take it.
go then.
One true way. Let's have a look. The brothers, dead. So much for a family reunion.
That's the brother.
Whoever did this wanted them to suffer. We need to be careful.
Brother didn't last very long, did he? Okay, so then straight up here, that's her hut.
What's that?
So, I've been here several times now, with multiple playthroughs. One of the times I was here, there was a, I think they're called a Gur, G-U-R. It was basically this guy that's hunting vampires. And of course, Asterian's a vampire. So, it was actually quite an involved battle. I wasn't even expecting to have it here, but... And now I'm here, and there's nothing. So I don't know what triggers one versus the other, other than maybe a timing thing. I think there's another treasure chest over here. This frog is really salty.
Green leaves, shallow water. Green leaves, shallow water. Too bad. Away.
So, I guess there isn't. Oh, there's a chest over
Worth
here.
examining.
In the mud. Alright. This is not gonna be fun.
Still alive. So that's progress.
I don't want a crumb left on that plate, girl.
Auntie Ethel, please. One more bite and this pie is gonna come back up to say hello.
Don't make me get the wooden spoon. You're eating for two, so get to it. If it isn't the cheekiest pup of them all, you'd best have one hells of an apology for me, young man. You know, I was gonna give you a swift kick up the arse and show you the door, but I think you and I could have a bit of God's grant me patience. Eat up, Mayrina. I won't say it again.
Okay, so this can go a lot of different directions here. She actually is offering to help us with the parasite. So I'll spoil this for you. You basically make a deal with the hag. She wants your eyeball. To eat your eyeball. And then she'll give you a replacement eyeball, and you'll go the rest of the game with one less perception, I think. But maybe you can see in the dark. I don't remember all the details, but like it gives you a bonus and a negative. But here's the bigger thing. She gets into your tadpole. She actually does know how to remove tadpoles. But this one is a Netherese tadpole, which, unless you know D&D lore, it doesn't mean anything. Netherese just is an ancient magic because we basically have special tadpoles in us that aren't normal tadpoles, and you might have gathered that from the fact that we haven't transformed into a mind flayer yet. So, when she finds out that it has Netherese magic, Netherese magic makes her sick, and so she wants us out and gone, you know, because it makes her sick, and basically you just lose an eye in the process, and you don't actually get anything else. And then the rest of these are just picking a fight with her. This one in particular makes her the most angry, so I happen to like this one.
Keep that hole under your nose shut, or things will get messy.
Don't bother. You'd only subject us to her inevitable wailing.
What is it? What's going on? That can't be true. Auntie Ethel.
They were being rude, and I detest rudeness.
You monster!
Enough! Away with you! Blessed silence at last. Some time in the cage should do her good. And you'll regret.
I don't think I have sea invisibility with any of my guys.
Be quick.
Who has sea invisibility? Did I not plan my party properly? I know a wizard does. It's a level 2 spell. The bard can cast it. Sorcerer, wizard. So I don't know if I took it with my sorcerer though. Alright, well this is gonna make things a lot more challenging.
Well, so much for peace.
Take it. I would gladly get rid of one of these for it. Alright, that was an oversight on my part.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
You just assume she's still where she was, and that worked.
Let's end this. Onward.
Alright. Can't get to 35%.
Bye-bye, Lovelace.
Hag can't have gone far.
Okay, so
Action,
basically,
not reaction.
she created an illusion, or dispelled an illusion and then disappeared. So, we will be seeing her again very soon.
One true way.
I will take my pick.
I can. think this
Consider me
opens this door.
intrigued.
Okay, so that Mayrina girl, the one that was being overfed pie. The hag eats newborn babies, like swallows them whole, and somehow or another that helps the hag to have like infinite life, or almost like a necromancy jar. Like, so if the hag ever dies, it can be reborn again. And so, this is her husband who's dead, and the hag basically has a protection barrier and has promised the woman to bring her husband back to life if she'll let the hag have her child. So that's the deal. Part of the reason why the woman's not really harmed, because she needs the child to do her nefarious things. And one of the things I know I need to do here is look at our potions. We have a potion of sleep. There are potions of seeing invisibility, and I probably unwisely sold them. Yeah, I did. We're gonna need it. This is gonna be a tough battle without it, but that's alright. We can still do it. Then we're also gonna go to camp. We're basically going to enter a position where we can't camp anymore.
No time to rest.
We gotta do it now.
Seems simple enough.
Oh no.
The air is heavy. Moisture drips down your forehead. Pain shoots through your fingers.
Okay, I'm gonna have to pause. Okay. Alright, so I'm not doing well.
Your finger traces the arc of your lips. Wetness, sweat, blood, and saliva mixed into one viscous liquid.
Chukil Gate Vlakith Mazathok! Can you feel it crawling through you? Tendrils squirming in your chest, gripping your heart, piercing your belly. Your bones popping, your flesh swelling. I can. I see it in you. I feel it in me. We are lost. I will be quick with my blade. First you, then the others, then myself.
Your minds intertwine. You sense a touch of uncertainty, a touch of disgust. Your blood runs quicker, feeding the gnawing absence at the center of your mind. Lae'zel's fear grips you. Not fear of death, but fear of insignificance. The great warrior Lae'zel, a failure to her kind. She will wield no silver sword, ride no red dragon. Forever unknown to the great Lich Queen Vlakith.
Okay. This is really interesting, because when this has happened to me in the past, so basically we're turning into mind flayers. Something's going to prevent that real soon, but, and Lae'zel is not wrong in her conclusion that we're turning into mind flayers. If you choose surrender, she really will kill you and the game ends. So it's like one of those, oh? So don't do that. The rest of these are just manipulative, but because we just do this, that's all you have to do.
I will not let the Geich take me. I will earn Vlakith's honor. I will wait. But know this. I am watching. If the sickness does not pass come dawn, I will end us all. I came just in time. You are transforming. Yes, you have. I saved you before. And I'm here to save you again. Don't worry. You will not become a Mind Flayer. Not while I'm around. I'll protect you.
Imagine.
We haven't much time, so listen closely. There is great potential within you. It comes from that parasite. Your instinct is to resist the power it gives, but you must accept it. Nurture it. I will keep it from consuming you, but for the sake of both of us, you must learn to wield it.
So she's telling us to embrace the death.
The fight for the fate of Faerun. A fight we are losing. For now. You can change that, but only if you embrace your potential. I have to go. The enemy is closing in. I will be back. You'll feel better. I promise.
Okay. A lot of stuff happened.
Pave my path with corpses.
First of all,
Build
Scratch
my
came to camp.
castle with bones.
I gotta get
Enough
my bell.
waiting. I crave blood.
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
Master. Friend. I stayed with him until I knew he would. I'll never forget him.
Okay, so Scratch
Shouldn't
is
have
now
wished to
our
live
camp.
in more interesting times.
And over here is a ball.
Don't mind if I do.
I'm gonna go pick up this ball off the ground.
If not over, then through.
Come over here and throw the ball near Scratch. Come on. This is just like my dog in real life. Throw the ball and then I end up going and fishing it myself. I want to hit it. Maybe I do need to hit him. See, it's so neat.
That should work.
Yeah, I don't want to. Oh no, 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 no. My last save. Campsite. Yeah, definitely don't want to hit him. Oh my goodness, I'm looking at my dog and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
How much further can I go?
Blacketh's will be done. Amigos antagonistas. Alas, time for chatter.
Hope you're keeping well, friend. Master will never forget him.
You might have to just pet him a few times. But you do, you play ball with him, and then he eventually will join your party.
Keep your
And
distance,
then for the
darling.
battle that's coming up, I want the Raven. Anything that walks on ground is gonna get ensnared, traps, poison, acid, all kinds of stuff. So we need to fix that. And the Raven can curse people, which is pretty cool. Alright, I think... Oh, there's one more thing we gotta do.
I've got a long road ahead.
Usually, Asterion is the kind of person...
I had the strangest dream last night. There was a visitor promising me protection and all sorts of delicious powers from the parasites in our heads. Given our shared affliction, I suppose you had a similar dream. Excellent. Now we can see what these tadpoles can do for us. Exactly. Waste not. Now, was there anything else?
Okay. So, Lysel, for example, will tell you...
Glick. Someone came to me and promised to protect me while claiming that the parasite could empower me. The parasite has taken root, it would seem. Every word, every promise. It is gate deception. A wise choice.
I'm not gonna ignore her completely, but...
If you must... Blacketh requires everything of her children. I know only blood red and death black. I am what I must be. Say what I must be.
Okay. So, here's what they're talking about. These parasites that are in these jars. We can consume them now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them all...
This one is a true soul parasite. You can absorb its potential. Open your mind to it. You already know how. Don't worry. You won't come to harm. You are not ready.
Careful.
Any of us can do
Abide.
this, but I'm going to let him do it, because he already asked. So he'll go ahead and consume them. He consumed all 4, and you can see we actually there were 6 of them. So we have 6 points, and you can actually didn't have to give them to him. Any of us can spend the points, and multiple ways to get there. You can go here, and there's all this new illithid powers. So Asterion likes using these, and so for example here, he can charge forward, pushing past all objects. Almost like a bull rush. He can do a concentrated blast. He has to be concentrating on another spell, but he can end that concentration to just do a 3d6 psychic and 3d6 conditional damage to that target. Or any target. Sacrifice half of your hit points to heal someone else. You deal an additional 1 to 4 psychic damage, but you also take 1 to 4. It's like a thing you turn on for 10 turns. This one, first attack roll or ability you make against any target gains a bonus equal to your proficiency bonus. That's a real good one. So I'm going to go ahead and take that for him. This, if he takes damage from anybody, he can try to charm them, which will prevent them from attacking again. And then this one, when you make a successful attack roll, you can automatically change it to a critical hit. Also a critical hit. So those 2 are really good.
Is that blood?
I can
No.
do the same thing.
Never mind.
It's the first against any target. So you can, as you switch targets, you get that bonus again and again and again. It's actually really good. It also works in conversations. So I'm going to go ahead and take that for myself. I also like the luck of far right. Now,
Let's get on with it.
you have to convince her to use it. And same with her.
done.
So not all of them will let you use it. But the
All right.
both of us
What
are
now?
using it. Now, here's the funny part. The more you use, the uglier your face gets. Like, you start to turn into, the best I can think of is like the Emperor in Star Wars. So I'll go ahead and just have him use the next two. The charm never hurts. These outer ones you only unlock later when some other event happens. These other ones I'm not as big of a fan of. Cold of the Week can be pretty good. So there you go. So Astarian's going bunkers. We just took the two that are going to help us with a couple checks. And off we go. Let's go hag hunting. I highly advise, before you start this thing, just create a new save. Because it is, what we're doing is going to be very
No one
challenging.
stopped me yet.
You know, if that parasite isn't to your taste, I don't relish the thought. But if you're going to just leave it sitting in your pack, well, one of us should try it. Oh, second, there's a non-zero chance that it'll turn me into a purple glistening monster. But if it doesn't, who knows what kind of power we could unlock. And power is always worth a little risk.
So he's asking me to give him the tadpoles that I already gave him. And I don't know.
Because if you continue to get between me and what I want, I will have to find a way through you. Just something to think about.
Thanks, sir. Like, I don't have any tadpoles. That's the thing that's so crazy about that conversation. And I gave him tadpoles. It's like very buggy. Alright, so somewhere here, we shut off the fireplace. And we're supposed to be able to walk through the fireplace.
Time to press ahead.
There we go. Let's go down the stairs. So see when this turns red, you can't go to camp anymore. So we have 2 short rests. A bard gives you a 3rd short rest. That is one thing I am going to miss about not having a bard. We have 2 short rests to do this. This is not going to be easy. Alright, let's go.
You are as thick as they come, sweetness. This is my personal playhouse, and you don't have an invite. Get out! Has that wriggler eaten your brain already? Leave. Or you'll end up in tonight's stew. You'll go nicely with Mayrina. She's already marinating. Ah!
Let's see what the...
What's that?
No, thanks.
Alright, so these are all like people that came before her and she's like torturing them.
My sweet Callum, whose beloved asked that his beauty never fade.
As you edge closer to the mirror, a pale face appears, contorted in fear. Fists slam against the mirror's surface again and again.
So like I've tried to like break the mirror, then I get cursed.
My sweet Callum, whose beloved asked that his beauty never fade.
Do I ever do curse? I think that I don't. big mistake. Right there it is. Alright, let's get rid of... Alright, I'm already gonna have to cast the curse.
Don't look. Don't!
Alright, so...
Please!
Okay,
Never
so
mind.
Not a curse. I don't think that goes away until I just have to sleep or rest.
Look.
Alright, let's not mess with any of her other stuff.
Ghastly place.
So... like this guy's turned into stone.
My dearest Ephraim, he begged me to halt the deadly disease that ravaged him.
Stop! Please! Please! Wait!
You feel crushing waves of fear as the presence within the door recoils. It can't let people through, not again. Images flash. A man cowering, a bag open at his feet. Gold coins spilling onto the floor. His cries for mercy are cut short as the hag slices into him, dismembering him painstakingly, limb by limb. She cackles, the man's remaining flesh twisted and contorted, becoming the twisted surface of the door before you. Flee, you feel it cry. A scene appears in your mind. 2 paladins and a cleric marching through the door, shrouded in the glow of the divine. Weapons brandished, they charge into the hag's lair. Screams of terror pierce the air.
You let them in? Naughty. That's a decade for each. You're mine for 30 more years, petal.
You see an image of blue skies and sunshine as the door shudders a warning. Run. Its form flickers, and you realize that the door is transparent. You see the hag, eyes bright with glee, as she sets fire to the door. With a jerk, you're pulled from the vision. The presence within shrinks, begging you not to run through it.
Wait! Don't look. Don't!
In it.
You gotta run through it. There's another way in, but it's not worth waiting for. We're gonna finish the
Best
hag
be on
right
my
here.
way.
And this is a little tricky.
That won't work. Good. Again. Yes, auntie.
I don't know if I want to use spells yet. I got 5 sorcery points. Shatters.
Excellent.
This did 12 and 7 damage. She has the same spell, right?
Keep going.
24 and 12. So, the cleric's actually even better.
Got to move.
Because of that destructive wrath. I'm gonna go ahead and wind this dude. Oh, of course.
It does it.
My views. I have 3 Misty Steps. Well, I think I get one because I'm a Gith. Another one probably because I'm wearing boots or something. We'll go ahead and use one.
Again.
He saved so it didn't affect him. Having 2 attacks is really helpful. Don't always have that action here. Alright, so those were just some poor saps that she was mind controlling. And this one, she actually, see, they all wear these whispering masks. And when they wear them, she mind controls them. So you don't want to be putting those on.
Someone's left a trap out for us.
Alright. These traps are 30 to disarm, I think.
Don't touch me. Be careful. There are traps about.
Okay, we're supposed to be able to see the noxious fumes. This makes this a lot harder. So I'm gonna save it real quick. We can't. Here we go. We're gonna load our save because the noxious fumes aren't showing. That's probably like one of the worst glitches I've run into. The noxious fumes sometimes don't show. I have had it crash on me a few times.
I can't take
over
much
85
more.
hours. It's 2 or 3 times. It's not that. There you go. See, look. See how bad those noxious fumes look. He was sitting there standing and all that nonsense. All right. We're just gonna heal him a little bit here. So what we need to do is get down. We're going all the way down to about here. And it is nasty no matter which way we go. So we can try to run through this and jump to here. You see these little petals? Every petal is a trap. The other thing we can do is...
How delicious.
The other thing you gotta be careful of... The fire makes it blow up. But there's still more leaking out, probably from that fire. Like, I thought for sure that since I disarmed the trap that it would stop. But it hasn't. So,
over there.
We can come over here and we can try to, like, leap. But then we're gonna run into another zone here. With this. But then there's a climb down here. And another climb down there. And then, for the most part, you're okay. There's nothing. But, or we can go down this ladder here, and there's a pedal right here. So the moment you go down that ladder and step off, it causes an explosion, and it burns the ladder. But then you can walk out and go down. Then you have to go through this patch here. So either way, you're going through two patches. So, first thing we should do...
All's well that ends. Oh, not as bad as it could have.
And see if we can get him. Right, so we got some flowers. You don't want to step on those. So he just found, like right there's one of the traps down there. He wants to jump again. And then he more or less made it through.
Indolence breeds madness.
Let's try Asterion now. That's why you want to be a halfling.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
So everybody's perception is failing. There's a trap right there. I was just trying to see if somebody could see it.
My faith protects me. Just avoid that trap.
Go. Alright, he took damage because of the stupid trap.
Action, not reaction.
Alright. Everybody's down. There's one more spot over here.
An efficient path.
Wretched thing. Pull yourself together.
Alright, we all made it down. Okay, so this is the actual battle with the hag. There's no harm in
That helped.
a heal in. Make sure you save. So what she's gonna do is she's going to pop up and split herself into like 6 invisible hags. And only one of the 6 is actually her. You gotta run around and deal with all of them. And then at the same time, you can see Marina up here is in this little cage. And she's gonna put the cage on fire and cause her to burn to death. And basically we gotta put the fire out. We have the wet spell. I think we have an ice spell that works as well. Like this frost, ray of frost. So we got some options.
I crave
Save.
blood.
Let's go.
Proceeding.
Get it done.
There, in the cage.
Those flowers are still traps.
You come to my home, interfere in my business, and now have the gall to face me in the heart of my lair. You petulant bollocks! I'll rip your spine out your asshole! I'll use your blood to spice my stew! I'll keep you alive until I've sucked the marrow from your bones. And then I'll bring you back and do it all over again.
Stop it! Please, let me go!
You want the girl so bad. Fine.
Okay. So there's a lot of stuff to do here. Saving the girl is not easy. And every one of these, by the way, attacks. That charm never works. Or it works, but not as often as you would think.
That girl hasn't got long, if you plan to save her.
Alright, so... all you have to do is hit, and they will completely disappear. That 112 hit points is only for the real Andy. So the fact that I just need the burn sucks, but... Alright, do I have any ice? I really don't. So... we're just gonna mark the ante. Alright, so that's one of the fakes.
Quick.
Through, and we'll shoot one of the other ones.
Use your illicit potential.
What a little potential.
No choice but to keep going.
Alright, first thing I gotta do is stop the fire.
Time for some bloody work.
So, unfortunately, that took up my
Into
whole
the
action.
bloody fray.
She's poisoned. Oh, I had it right there. Sleet storm.
Got to move.
That's horrible. It's like she is proficient.
Time to strike.
Alright. This is where we really need to use the Misty Steps.
Invade the
The thing about Hold Person, it sucks, but it doesn't actually hurt you, so... nice way to get rid of that one. So this was the real one. So that's our next mission.
Kick her bloody head in!
We just gotta beat on her. Now when she goes below a certain number of hit points, she's gonna do more nasty stuff. She's not done.
This feels good.
Alright.
Over here.
Going to... Close enough. Either.
Die in a fire!
Well...
Time to push my luck again.
Gnarled cage. The girl in there. These ogres don't care about keeping her alive.
Very well.
It's the only thing to be mindful of. She's too far away. I could do. Neither of those lets me increase my range. It's okay. I'm just gonna sit tight.
Kick her bloody head in!
As much as she sounds like she's on your side, once you rescue her, she turns into a real...
Moving. Don't let that arm out this hellhole!
Okay, so if you'll notice, she's not in the cage anymore. One of these is the real her. The other one is not. And so you have to decide which one. So I'm going to go ahead and save. This one said, don't let the awful ag hurt me. I think there's a trick. So I'm going to go ahead and try to attack this one. Of course I miss.
Hungry for the slaughter.
Bloody clever clubs.
Thank the gods!
Alright, so we got the right one.
Let's go.
More skirt.
On her. I was hoping to get the mark on her before she did that. She's really hard to hit, as you can tell.
Come on. Can't stay idle. Have to keep going.
Alright, get a little bit closer here. There's a storm spell. Lightning bolt. Probably lightning bolt can go through enemies, but that one actually would damage her. Ended up hitting my priest. Didn't mean to do that. I do get to fly.
Moving.
Alright, I don't want to cast spells that are area of effect because I got friendlies over there. I probably do need to take care of myself. I mean, I can call lightning on her. storm is always going to be max. So we can do sleep. Look how big sleep storm is. Way too big. And shatter will hit only her. 24 damage, I'll take it.
Try
Splitting it. And we don't know which one's which again. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and fly up. Try to get this one. Fake. That's fine, we at least got rid of the fake.
Turn someone inside out.
And there's... See, they're near the ogres, which is fine for us.
On my way.
Get rid of another one. Oh, there's only 3. So that last one really is her. I just can't do anything to...
Still on my feet. Breathe deep and move.
That's the thing. You're spending half your game just chasing her around the circle here. There's the real one right there. She was invisible.
Got to move.
Wait! Ah! Wait just a tick! Killing me is a waste of time. I'll find a way to return. Always have, always will. But it's unpleasant. So how about we be civilized about this, hmm? I have something you want.
Okay. So, first of all, she's not lying. She does come back to life. We will see her again later in the game. And she'll be even tougher then. And it'll be just as challenging, where there's going to be a life at stake, and depending on how you fight her, you could end up causing that person to die. And it was so challenging that, in fact, I let the person die, just because I wanted to get rid of her. If you do make a deal with her, she will permanently increase one of your stats by 1. So I can just say, hey, I want +1 strength. So she will give you +1 strength forever. So it's a pretty powerful gift that she gives you.
But she's worthless to you.
Don't let her take me.
Shut it! You owe me a babe, girl. And I'll take it. Let me leave with the girl, and I'll give you power. You want to be stronger, tougher, smarter? Done! Anything is possible. Just let me keep the girl and her babe.
If her powers were worth anything, we wouldn't have beaten her. Finish this.
It's your choice, sweetness.
Hand over Marina and this power. So, the thing about this is that she needs Marina because that's how she's gonna... Like I said, the babies are how she resurrects. Yeah, I like this answer. Let's do it.
I've never been called a scourge before, you flirt. But sweet words won't get you out of this one.
That is funny.
Are you lost? Maybe your soul will make it back home.
So what do? They put... Okay, she's over there now. her,
I'm
she's
ready.
down to 7 health. I mean, this is actually turning easier than I thought. I mean, I know you might be thinking, is that it? And the answer is yes, but this is usually not this easy to do. I think it's because I've done this several times. I'm more prepared now. But, like, she's not the enemy. Something's not right. Something's not right. I need her to be alive. So, one of the ways you can get out of it when the game glitches like this is you can go into passives and you can say, I want all attacks to be non-lethal. So unless you cast a spell, everything will be...
Sometimes the only way out is through.
And it might be because these ogres are here. Because yeah, look, the ogres are gonna fight. I'm gonna have to protect her now. Fudge, I'm gonna have to attack these ogres. They killed Irina. We went through all that trouble to save her.
More than a few pecks. Our bargain is at an end. Unless perhaps you've a spicier deal.
I'm sorry. I want to save the girl. Show you what happens. And clearly I didn't need the ogres. I'm like so overreacting on how tough this battle was. I mean, saving her was not trivial. Alright, yeah, that's right, because this is where we're having to make the choice. So, oh man, I already brought in the ogres, didn't I? That's okay, there's a solution here.
These boots have seen everything.
Attack the ogres.
Bloody clever clogs!
Thank the gods!
With finesse.
There's a nice 29 damage. Broke her concentration even. As long as Mayrina doesn't turn red, we're good. I don't know what made her turn red last time.
Heading there.
Just did max damage to both of them again.
I am fury. I am death.
Smite one. Here's where she is. You have to really pay attention to the words.
What now?
I just turned the ogres. See, she just turned red. That's the issue. Alright, so one of them's down.
I'd better take a peek.
Swift and lethal. You bow or you break.
Wait! But it's unpleasant. So how about we be civilized? Hold your horses. Let me leave with the girl. You want to be strong? Just
trading some.
It's your choice, sweetness. Tough talk from the oversized lemon, but fine.
You know, not red anymore.
Are you lost? Maybe your soul will make it back home.
Now you know why the raven is so nice. So we got her.
Moving.
It's bright.
21 damage is better.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Gonna twin lightning.
Hey, Roo!
There we go. The charm worked against him. Kill the bird. And they kill her anyways. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's the ogres. It's their fault. I'm trying to kill them. You know why this battle's... We're playing on medium difficulty. I've been playing on the hardest levels. But that's okay. We're gonna do this. By the way, once we camp overnight and get a good night's sleep, this goes away.
Breathe deep.
There, in the cage.
You.
Just gonna go through it as quick as I can.
You want the girl so bad. Fine.
Here they come, all the boys back. That was a big one.
That cage won't last.
Alright, save the cage.
Go for the throat. Time to move.
One of them, at least one of them go this way.
Use your illithid potential.
set up with
I will ascend.
wetness and cold.
Taking position.
Time to kill.
Brains out!
On the way.
Bloody clever cloud.
That's the room one. That was the one that said, "Don't let the awful egg hurt me." That's the one we want to attack.
Hungry gods!
Time for a cull. Be quick.
Is right.
It's just a miss fest. It's like, how many times can we miss? Just hold my beer.
Have to keep going.
Victory awaits. No time to waste.
One way to get to the other side.
Is there still stuck in your teeth, slave? Already
More skirt.
I'm gonna shut that off. It gives me a better chance of hitting. I don't do the extra 10 damage, but I'd rather just hit. Get rid of that one.
Where do I go from here?
What's the plan? I will ascend.
wait. But it's you want just it's your choice, sweetness. Right. Brat.
Can't slow down.
nothing.
For some fun.
There we go. Now we're hitting. Guess I should have this first.
What should I do? Time to deal some punishment. I am fury. I am death.
So stupid! How could I have trusted her? I almost gave that monster my child. That's what she wanted! My baby! And God, I was going to do it. For him. My husband. She was going to bring him back. Bring Connor back to life. Ethel promised to raise the child, teach them magic, give them a good life. It's a damn sight better than I can do.
No, that was not.
I just wanted everything back. Back the way it was. It's my own fault for letting her. Look, I don't like owing people. Here, this socket is worth some coin. Really? That's... My husband gave it to me. I should take him home. His coffin is just upstairs. A decent burial is the least I can give him. Thank you. I don't think there's anyone else who would have saved me.
All right.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
First things first, you'll notice it's not red anymore, so we can actually go back to camp. Oh, I'm encumbered. Let's offload some heavy stuff here. Okay, so this is her little lair.
Bet that will fit in my pack.
Legitimate food. Potion of speed. Ever-seeing eye. Which is a necklace. Gives you protection from good and evil. Alright, letter from Ethel. You feeling alright, Petal? Let some pup give you the slip, I'd be mortified. Why not? My red caps nabbed the bugger. They're taking their sweet time with him. Screaming stopped a few nights past, but the sobbing continues. He'll die regretting he crossed a hag. So, she's a mother with a failing mind. You know me so well. I have the most darling mask for her. You must come to viz. So, actually, there may not be. So the other hag we run into is actually the one she's writing to. I didn't even realize that there's two hags. It's not just... so yes. So basically, the husband is who was screaming, and he slipped away, and now the mother with a failing mind is coming, and she has a mask for her, which the mask, of course, is what lets her control her. Picked up some heavy stuff again. We weren't done. There's another letter to Ethel. Or a letter to Ethel. Been slow. Rest assured I have a job for you. A client fled Baldur's Gate without payment. That's the husband. Do as you wish. In exchange, I have a girl who suits your appetites. Her mother's mind is flailing. My contact has assured her you can help. Alright, so M is not the other hag. So maybe that other hag is this one resurrected again. Alright, and then what happened is I picked this up. Bitter divorce. Clumps of hair and flesh stick out from the twisted roots. Connor is scratched on the surface. That's the name of her husband. And then it updated our, because you'll see the get help from Auntie Ethel is complete. But save Mayrina is not. Search the lair for a way to help. So we found this wand. This wand is not going to help her. And then the Staff of Crones is an interesting one. It's orange, which typically means that it's a quest item. But I don't know what it's a quest for. I never figured it out. And you can't sell it. Like, it won't let you because it's marked as a quest item. That's what the orange... See the orange square? Those are quest items. And then there's all these potions over here that I guess you could throw them and they do things. I never took the time to figure them out. I usually just sell them. Like this one's called Missing Pets. Thousands of little legs skitter inside this bottle, seeking an escape. So I assume that, you know, you throw it, it's gonna like summon a bunch of spiders or something. Something is thrashing on it, consumed by rage. So... I wonder if these are the people that we walked by that are trapped. What if these are the people that were in the cave that we walked by? Could we go back and save them all? Oh my gosh, I don't know. I never thought of that before. But yeah, then you get to this mushroom circle and it takes you back here, which is just on the other side of... Alright, so I'm gonna save this because this could get a little south here.
Gods! Didn't hear you coming. I know the thought of putting him in a wheelbarrow and making the journey all over again.
This is just... If you're a paladin, you lose your paladin's oath for doing this.
What?
You feel a surge of power from the wand. The air suddenly tastes acrid. It wants to be used.
Bring it back! Bring Connor back! Please!
This is where she turns into a dummy. So as a paladin, I had to snap the 1 and 2. It was the only option. We'll try it. Not gonna be good.
What? What's happening? Why is he still dead?
You feel something pull at you.
What have you done to him? Oh, this isn't what she promised. I wanted him back the way he was, not this. Connor? But he might be. And if he is, I'll find him and bring him back.
Sure you will, lady.
Thanks. But we'll need more than luck. A bloody miracle, more like it. I'll find a wizard or something. Maybe someone in Baldur's Gate can help us. Connor always said you can find anything in that city. Remember? And thank you. Come on, love.
So yeah, that breaks the Paladin's oath. Which, I'm assuming Lyselle's fine because she's not the one that made the decision. I was. You can't get that cheeky though when you're the main character and you're a Paladin. You can't just like let one of your allies give the wand. It doesn't quite work that well. Alright, this is just a theory. I don't know if this actually works. But could those potions possibly help these people? Because they're all still trapped in here. So this one, for example...
My sweet Callum, whose beloved asked that his beauty never fade.
So his beloved asked that his beauty never fade. Boss time. I don't know. Like, I have some guesses that some of those might apply.
Oh, me head.
Oh no. No.
Why ain't I petrified? I have the bite. Ladiga's bite.
How am I still breathing?
I wouldn't wish it on anyone. Your insides end up on the outside.
I was on
Death's door.
But now I feel
Great.
how?
You detect traces of decaying magic within him.
But that doesn't make a lick of sense. The bite ain't my... That double-crossing, filthy, lying hand! She made me sick, and then trapped me in stone for kicks!
Even by Heg standards.
I don't know! My kids were only babes when I left. The stones know how old they are now. Only 'cause I ain't got no way to repay you. No, what you've done for me and my... Thank you.
Alright, so they do get saved.
This poor dear wished never to lay eyes on her family again.
That's one. So that one's like a blindness one. Yeah, I don't...
My dearest Ephraim, he begged me to halt the deadly disease that ravaged him.
I should speak up.
Is the hag gone? God, tell me she's gone. May she burn in the night, the hag. There's never been a more vile creature. The things she did to me. I was a fool. I wanted to know my fate. I had a choice between two lives, and I was frightened of choosing wrong. I asked the hag to help me see what the future would hold. I saw my future self. A corpse, rotten with maggots. And everyone around me dead. Putrid and dead.
A boring story. Stay or go. Marriage and kids, or a life of novelty.
I lost my best years rather than just choose. Yes.
A thief who tried to steal from Auntie. Now the good little pet guards my home.
So the door's gone. Well, we saved 2 of them. I don't know what to do about the decapitated one or the one with the missing eye. I mean, they look like they're dead. My theory about the potions, I'm not so sure about. I'll just go ahead and save it real quick. But like, lover's avarice. So I can throw that. It doesn't look like I can throw it at her. Does anything. That's okay. That was all part of the experiment. Alright, we are ready to start moving to the next phase. Not quite Act 2. We got a lot more hours left before we can go to Act 2. But the next phase, for sure. I want to get rid of this curse that I have.
Objective noted. We must speak.
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
Still alive.
Right,
so that's progress.
Alright, now who wishes to speak to me?
Moving in. Glad to have an ally.
Even in such fraught times as these. I used to while away many hours just like these with my companion. She preferred it when we were alone. Curled up before a crackling hearth with some ancient, esoteric tome between us. Ink glinting in the firelight.
By a Gerawn's lost nose! No!
I speak of Tara, my Tressym, assistant, my constant companion through all the ills and tribulations. She'd be proud to see me keeping such fine company. The savior of those poor tieflings, no less. And I've given her precious little to be proud of after I was afflicted with my condition. I locked myself in my tower for an entire year. I was inconsolable. Wallowing in myself and giving up on myself. But Tara never did. It was her encouragement. Her research that led me to my treatment. Once we knew that magically infused items were the key, she went out to find them for me. She has a good heart. She'd recognize the same in your actions here. I'm sure she'd approve of me lending myself to your efforts. Smart does her a disservice. She's a fine wizard in her own right, though. You remind me of her somewhat. An expression you both share. When she gives in to her more feline qualities. A mouse trapped beneath her paw. Wish she were here for me to make a formal introduction. But I would never ask her to undertake such a journey. Besides, She was always telling me I needed to spread my wings, so to speak. Find mortal friends instead of hanging onto Mistra's coattails. So that's what I'm doing. I hope. Oh, she'll love you. So long as you don't rub her belly. She hates it when anyone does that.
She's a cat, by the way. Do you like having... I'm not flirting. This game takes too much into the flirting realm. I mean, I don't hate talking about cats either. I don't want this to be flirting either. Oh, I don't like any of these.
The pleasures I experienced in... Wait, I see. Then perhaps we see each other in the same light after all. A resplendent one, flush with warmth.
Oh, no.
With my condition as volatile as it... Go.
No, I just opened up romantic. Now what?
I promised I'd be back. Don't worry. I have things under... I see you've been using the powers the tadpole gives you. Good. But things haven't gone... You hoped a druid as powerful as Halsin might be able to remove your tadpole. You're desperate to be rid of it. Understandable. But you're looking for solutions in the wrong places. Your parasite is unusual. It is wrapped in magic that prevents its removal. Until the source of the tadpole's magic is destroyed, any attempt to remove it will kill you. You are lucky that Halsin knew this. The parasites are merely a symptom of a greater sickness in Faerun. I am not sure yet. To find the answers, we must first find the... These parasites are more than illithid spawn. They are vessels. The infected hear the voice of the Absolute and believe it to be a god. That is how the cult of the Absolute is spreading. The highest of their rank, the True Souls, carry a tadpole just like yours. It is how they receive their orders. It is what makes them obey. When the order to transform is given, it will not be a matter of days. They will be mind flayers in an instant. Were it not for my protection, so would you. I protect you from becoming a mind flayer. I cannot protect you from yourself. But I know what it is like to be burdened by forces outside of your control. We are alike. You and I. Just like you, I was infected with a mind flayer parasite. Just like you, I seek to be free of it. I've been trying to escape from this evil for a long time. Once, I almost succeeded. Now, through you, I've been given a new chance. You can go where I cannot, and I can protect you from that. If we work together, we may turn this around. Hells. They need me. I have to go. The power I used to protect you, I stole it from someone. They want it back. I will hold them off for as long as I can, but sooner or later, you must discover the source of the magic that controls the The cultists are gathering. At Moon, use the powers your parasite gives you to convince them you are one of them. And when you find the source of their magic, go.
Alright, I'm clicking a little fast. I would like to end this video. We're 2 hours and 30 minutes in. And I believe this gives me that chance. I'll save it again. I know it saves every time you sleep, but yeah. So go ahead and exit right now if you don't want a big spoiler. But I'm going to tell you who this Guardian Night Visitor is. It is actually Boldoran. the founder of Baldur's Gate. So we're talking somebody that's ancient, long time ago, and he was turned into a mind flayer. So that's why he's still alive. And that little artifact that we're carrying around, this thing here, there's somebody inside of it. In fact, Baldurin is inside of it right now, and so is somebody else. And that somebody else has to do with the Githyanki. And basically that somebody else has like these special powers that can protect you from the Absolute. And the Absolute, I guess I won't spoil everything yet, but the Absolute it's basically this big scheme to take control of everybody and mind control them, as you can see. And it's working. But this person who is inside of this artifact is able to negate the Absolute signals. So that's the reason why the Absolute can't control us. And this Baldurin, the Guardian that we're talking to, is actually a mind flayer. They're presenting themselves to us as a elf or a human or whatever it is you pick, but it's all just an illusion. So that mind flayer is using this guy's power to protect us. And the guy actually doesn't want to protect us. He has the ability to protect us, but he doesn't want to. So that's sort of what we're going to be uncovering as we go deeper into the game. I'm very concerned. It took me 85 hours to beat this game before. I don't know if I'm going to get 85 hours worth of playthrough in for you, but I just wanted to help you to at least get an idea of where this is going. And then the Dark Urge is... well, here, I'll go a little further, because I told you to log off if you don't want to be spoiled. But the big thing that's going on is there's three gods, Baal, which, if you remember, Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 was all about the Baal spawn. And what so happens is we are also a Baal spawn. That's what the Dark Urge is. You're a son of Baal, and you have Baal's blood in you, and you want to murder people. So it's a big tie-in to Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. So you're a Baal spawn, and Baal, Bane, and Merkel, the three gods of death, basically. Merkel's the god of undead, Baal's the god of murder, and I don't remember what Bane's the god of, but it doesn't matter. The point is, the three of them are working together to control what's called an Elder Brain, and the Elder Brain is the Absolute. But they have a way of controlling the Elder Brain, so the Absolute is doing what they tell the Absolute to do. And so this whole thing is just a scheme to destroy the world, to destroy Faerun, and those three gods want to elevate themselves, because when you turn people into mind flayers, their souls disappear. And the other gods need souls in order to be powerful. So this is all just a big scheme to destroy all the souls of Faerun. So your urge is you're a Baal spawn. And then what makes it even crazier, and this is much later in the game, but you end up finding out that this whole plan to control the Elder Brain and to subjugate everybody and remove all the souls is actually your idea. This was our idea. It just so happens that we had an ambitious underling, because, you know, when you serve the god of murder, it's not like you have trustworthy allies. One of our underlings took advantage of a weak moment and struck us and almost killed us, but had more fun torturing us and causing us to go to level 1 and not remember who we are and mess with our brain and everything. So basically there's another champion of Baal, because we were the most evil champion of Baal out there. We were the king, the cat's meow, and it was our idea to do this whole absolute thing. So everything that's happening was my idea, this character. And he was betrayed, and now he has this amnesia. And so you'll eventually learn, as you progress through the game, that it was all you. And so, one of the things that makes this game so powerful is you can actually resume your role, and you can actually continue to destroy all of Faerun. It is one of the paths in this game. Another path is you can make the deal with Raphael the Devil, if you remember him, and he will use it and take control of the Outer Brain, and he'll use it to take control of all of the 9 hells. But he doesn't just stop there, and then he'll try to come back and take over Faerun as well. Baldurin, the Guardian who's visiting you, the original founder of Baldur's Gate, he actually wants to stop this, and so he has a plan. So you can actually go through with his plan. I'll share with you that when I beat the game, I betrayed Baldurin, because he's really a bit of a not nice guy, and he ended up joining the Elder Brain, and I had to fight him at the end, and I had to kill him. So I didn't necessarily think he deserved to die, he just wasn't nice. But with that being said, I killed him. I was able to destroy the brain and save the day. Now, in order to destroy the brain, only a Mind Flayer can do it, which is where the Baldurin comes in. So if you partner with him, he will destroy the brain for you. You could also partner with him, and then he takes control of the brain, and then you can stab him in the back while he's focusing on the brain, and you could literally kill him, and then you take control of the brain yourself, and then you just, destroy all of Faerun. That is possible. Like I said, we chose not to partner with him, so that means somebody needs to turn into a Mind Flayer. Well, the guy that's inside of this artifact will volunteer to be that person, because he recognizes that the this brain is the biggest enemy of all. But I actually had a different plan, and that different plan is right here, Miss Karlak. So, as you know, her chest has an engine in it that's on fire. Well, it turns out that nobody can figure out how to save her. So she's eventually going to get destroyed unless she goes back to the 9 hells, which is the last place she wants to go to. So what I did was, she volunteered to be turned into a Mind Flayer. So she was able to take control of the brain and save all of Faerun. And then on top of that, now that she was a Mind Flayer, she no longer had this engine in her chest, and she was able to stay with us in the world. So it was a little tragic, but at the same time, it was a pretty good outcome. And I would call that a good ending. The other thing is with the urge, you eventually face your person who betrayed you, and Baal, the god, will command you to resume your role as his champion. And so you have to make a choice. Do you want to resume that role, and then you're going down a path of evil, or do you reject it? Like we're trying to do here, right? We're trying to reject it. Well, if you reject it, Baal himself kills you. Like flat out kills you. You're a puddle of blood on the ground. And then a miracle happens. And I guess since I'm spoiling it, I might as well just spoil it all. The miracle that happens is Withers comes out and resurrects you. But he resurrects you minus the blood of Baal. So then you're resurrected a new person, a whole person, without the urge. And then you can finally live your life the way you always wanted to, or since you had your amnesia. So you can actually become urgeless and free yourself of being the son of Baal, and truly have like a path of good and righteousness and blah blah blah. And then let's say you do all those things that I did. You reject the urge. You destroy the mother brain. You don't take it over. You save all of Faerun. What you end up finding out is that Mr. Withers here is a god himself. And he is Jerkle. The little temple that we went into. Remember they said it was Jerkle or whatever? That nobody's ever worships that god anymore? That's him. And he made Baal, Bane, and Merkel. And he's like a higher level god over them. And he figured out their plan. And there's like a little monologue at the end as he's standing over the three of them, like monologuing about how they are stupid. And he was able to, like, he wasn't going to just let them do it without his getting involved. And so that's what you end up finding out there, which is really cool. Oh, that's right. That's our. We were doing. We made a hireling. Okay, so that's it. You got the basic gist of everything, and like I said, you should have logged off a long time ago if you didn't want to hear spoilers. But thanks for watching. As always, stay awesome.